Okay. I would like to say that what is sought, what we look for, is something that's very simple and natural. It's the empty fullness. It can't be understood, can't be known. And so for the seeking energy, it's a mystery. And the seeking energy doesn't like a mystery, so it wants to try and understand or work out what is being talked about so that it can turn it into a something that it can know. There are many, well, quite a few people communicating this in different ways and feeding the hunger of the seeking mind. And some of the explanations that are now being the people are talking about are quite complicated, and they're also insisting, but they're at the same time insisting that nothing can be understood, which is of course another understanding. But there are many convoluted and complicated explanations about the nature of, let's call it, non-duality, and the sense is that somewhere they're trying to convince people that there's something about there's a strange idea that the non-duality has many aspects which have to be comprehended. But the problem with all of that is that it generates an idea in the seeker that if they can go on understanding or not understanding something, or go on listening to all sorts of concepts and ideas, somehow this generates a hope in them that something will come out of listening to all those ideas and putting all those suggestions and recommendations together. It creates a sense of hope, that sort of communication. There's nothing right or wrong with that. This is the beloved. This is nothing arising in this form, arising in this sort of communication. So there's nothing right or wrong with it. But of course, the energy of intention, which is directed at the seeking mind, does generate a sense of hope. But nothing is without hope. Nothing doesn't have anything to offer. Nothing is simply coming out of and can only illuminate the fact that all there is nothing apparently happening. So we come back, after all these conversations we're going to have, we come back to something very simple and ordinary, which is to do with energy, which is to do with a freedom and an energy which is boundless. And no, it doesn't matter what we talk about or what we don't talk about. The apparent awakening that can come out of that energy has nothing to do with anybody and has nothing to do with words. So if somebody would like to start off by asking something, we can go on from there.
Okay, so we've got open circle, first of all. Would you like to unmute yourself? And I can add you to the screen. Can everybody see the two screens? If Tony, can you see the, oh, you can all see the, good, jolly good, well done. That's fantastic. Yep, off you go.
Hi, Tony.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm good too.
You look good.
Yeah, you look good too. Tony, on the other side, in you, is there no awareness, or there is no one who is aware?
Well, there is no one. You know, the communication that comes out of nothing is that there is no one, and there's nothing apparently happening. That's the beginning and end of it. So there's no story. There's nothing continuing. There's nothing that ever happened. All there is the singular immediacy of this. That's all there is. But it can't be. It'll never be understood. It's, as I said, in the beginning. This is essentially something that's energetic. So a contracted sense of energy suddenly is no longer contracted. and or seems to suddenly collapse, let's say. Of course, when it collapses, it's realized it was never there to collapse. But in some way or other, boundless energy just arises and there is nothing left. There's no one that knows that energy. There's no one that recognizes that anything that has happened. All there is what's happening.
But there is a sense of, is there a sense of awareness? Even there is no one aware.
No, there can't be awareness because awareness requires two. There has to be an awareness requires something for it to be aware of. So 1, 2. This awareness only arises in dualism and arises at a very early age when contracted energy suddenly enters a tiny child's body and they become aware of that. That first awareness arises at that point when the contracted energy arises. So contraction equals awareness, equals the sense of identity that arises out of that awareness. And that maintains a sense of identity and separation.
So since this contraction collapsed, the awareness
There is no
not there.
awareness. There isn't anything. It's only the awareness can only function all the time. It has something for it to be inside that it can be aware of. And this is how the dualism arises. So the individual becomes aware of sitting on a seat. So you have two things. The individual, well, the awareness of one, of sitting on a seat, two. This is how separation is generated and maintained.
Because I remember you saying before, even the contraction may appear.
Well, thereafter, when there is no one, anything can appear, but it doesn't appear for anyone anymore. And so when contraction arises in the apparent happening or in the body, which is only another apparent thing happening, then that is what's happening. But there isn't anything any longer taking delivery of that. And there isn't anything any longer concerned about what happens, what is happening. All there is what's happening, including contraction, boundlessness, unconditional love, whatever you like. It's just,
even awareness.
Oh yeah, awareness can happen, but it doesn't happen for anybody anymore because there isn't anybody to be aware. In the apparent world, apparent awareness is happening.
Okay.
It's only apparent, it's not real. The great illusion is that something, or is that there is something that is real, called a person, or the world, or the story, or free will in choice, or awareness.
How do you say when Tony goes to sleep? Okay, there is awareness, and let's say you sleep
there
every
isn't
night.
anything. No, there isn't anything. There isn't a Tony that goes to sleep. There is going to sleep, and you could say it's the body of Tony Parsons.
So
there isn't a Tony that goes to sleep, and there isn't a Tony that is awake. You're not talking to anyone. You're talking to nothing. But that is also not talking to nothing, except that may somehow believe or feel that it is a person talking to you.
So how do you differentiate when you are awake, when you are going to sleep? What happens physiologically?
I don't. There is no one. See, you're always coming back to this idea that how do I differentiate? I don't differentiate. The body goes up, lies on the bed and goes to sleep. That's what's happening. There isn't somebody differentiating because then there would have to be awareness. There's awakeness and the sleepness. They are apparently happening.
Okay, I'm talking about myself. When I go to bed, after a while, I lose awareness, and in the morning, the awareness comes back.
Well, you think that the way you're talking, you think you are awareness. You go to sleep and lose awareness. So, are you actually saying that the only time that you feel that anything is really happening to you is when you're awake and when you're aware? So, for you, it seems to me that your existence is entirely dependent on you being aware, and that's the great illusion.
No, what I'm saying is, what goes and comes back is awareness.
Well, for you, that's your experience.
That's my experience. For you, it's not there.
No, it isn't there now. It isn't there when this goes to bed, and it isn't there in sleep. It's just There is only what is.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Tony. I'll come back again.
Thank you.
Ryan, would you like to unmute yourself?
Hi, Tony.
Hiya.
How's it going?
All right. How's it going with you?
Yeah, good. How has your life, so like getting into the semantics of it, just Tony Parsons, how has your lifestyle changed or stayed the same from before there was seeking and then after that dropped away? Like what do you like to do in your day?
Well, if you were listening to what was just said just now, there isn't anyone. There's only what's happening. And there can be preferences that arise in that, but they aren't anybody's preferences. They're built into the DNA before birth, and they carry on and arise in the body. But there isn't anybody in the body that's experiencing them. There is no experiencer anymore.
Yeah, okay. But for example, yeah, that's okay. I'll come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Kath, do you like to put your video on if you'd like to, but otherwise just unmute yourself.
Oh, yes. Hi, Tony.
Hiya.
Good to see you. You look great.
Thank you.
Good to see you. You know, I was thinking about, you know, a lot of the non-duality speakers right now. There's a few of them. And they're doing a lot of speaking.
Yes,
And
there
I've
are.
heard-
I was referring to that at the beginning, saying there's a lot of all sorts of explanation. There's a lot of explanation going on at the moment, which is inevitable with something that is still a mystery. For the seeker, that's still a mystery. There's still a mystery, and so explanation arises to try and help them understand that. But all of that is dualism. There isn't anything to explain. So the whole structure of trying to explain this in order for it to be understood is an intentional energy which only arises in dualism. It's very, as far as I'm concerned, there are like I can tell you there's very, very few people who speak from no thing and don't try and communicate any sort of understanding. That's very rare, but there are an awful lot of people out there who are giving ideas and recommendations about you and what can be done, and they promote a sort of hope that in some way or other, if you can understand the many ongoing explanations about what people think is non-duality, then that will go on forever because it's feeding the seeking mind.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't understand that. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So Rima, would you like to unmute yourself?
Yes, thank you so much. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Rima.
Thank you so much for what a wonderful gift you're giving to all of us.
No, I'm not.
By holding
No, I
these.
don't give anything at all. There is no one. This is what's happening.
Thank you. So
But thank you.
great happenings on this Saturday morning here in California. My question is, how do I get to where you are?
Okay, so there are two things there. I'm not anywhere. I am nothing and everything, or there is only nothing and everything. And the you that you think is you will never get there because it isn't. It's there already. There is nowhere to get to. because the I is also an expression of no thing. It's just in that form of separation that is arising. But the idea of getting from one place to another is part of the dualistic dream. It will never happen because there isn't a place to go from one place to another. All there is nothing apparently happening. There aren't any places.
So how do I forego and
No, you
be
don't.
in-
There's no how. That's the other thing that's going on these days. A lot of how-tos are being commented or communicated. There is no how. All there is what is. It's totally only that. The singular immediacy of what is. And you are that. What's going on there is the singular immediacy of what is, asking how it can find the singular immediacy of what is. Oh.
It is there when, at least when I'm sitting in silence or meditating. However, as soon as you open your eyes or hear the words, there comes the identity asking these questions.
I didn't hear that last part. I don't understand.
So when, for instance, I will still use the word I am meditating. When the I disappears, there are moments, right, when it's happening. Everything is happening.
Well, you
the
think it's happening.
vibration.
I don't know what that is because you're experiencing it. So I've no idea. But when there isn't anything that happens, the problem for the seeker is that it's always looking for something to happen. It's always looking for a new experience. And so it runs from one experience to another, to another, to another. And if there's an experience that it really likes, it wants to hold on to that, but of course it can't because life is moving around all over the place. So your seeking for this is completely and utterly and wonderfully futile. It can't be found because it's never been lost. It's all there is.
And how to get rid of it, though?
No, you can't. That's another form of seeking. How do I get rid of me or whatever? There is no me to get rid of. Some people, some commentators say, it is seen that there's no me. That's often used as a frame. It amazes me that they use it because who would it be that would see that there is no me? This is about death. This is about the death of that which you think you are and the sudden evacuation of any sense of separation.
Immense gratitude, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Sylvia, would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question? You've got yourself muted, Sylvia. You need to unmute it.
So it's unmuted.
Yes, now.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah.
Tony. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm from Holland.
Right.
I'm from Holland, and yeah, you tell me you don't need to seek. You tell me there's
No, I
nothing.
didn't say that. I have never said you don't need to seek. I've only said all there is what's happening. And if seeking is happening, that's what's happening. If it isn't, it isn't. There's no
Yes.
need.
Well, I translate that as be in the moment.
Oh, do you?
Because
Well, that's
yes,
also not what I'm
when you
saying.
say the only thing there is what's happening on this moment.
No, I didn't say that.
I understand. Oh.
All there is what's happening, not at this moment. This moment doesn't exist. There's no such thing being in this moment. There is no moment. All there is what is.
There's nothing. I try to meditate. I don't have the illusion to get enlightened all my life. But I'm looking, seeking, what's the best path to go? When you say there is nothing, there's nothing to experience, there's no awareness, what is the best path?
There is no path. There's no path because
There's no path, no.
there's no path because there's no way to go. Already, this is all there is.
Then let's try it this way. What's the best attitude?
There is no best attitude. There's
There's
nothing
no
that
best
can be done.
attitude.
Situation for you as an individual is totally and utterly hopeless. There's nothing that can be done because there is nothing that needs to be done. Already, what is what is. It's very simple and very natural. It's
But
just that.
I sleep, my body sleeps, I stand up in the morning, I make plans, I go from A to B. I can't influence that, you say? That's what you
You're
say.
not doing any of that. That's what's happening.
That's
You're
what
not
happens.
doing it. You believe you are doing it. That's the dream. That's
Yeah.
the dualistic dream. I can take action. I have free will and choice. I stand up. I go to bed. That's a dream. You know, the dream of you being a real person taking real action.
Yeah. But do you understand that I try to understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
busy.
all.
You understand that I try to understand.
Oh yeah, but I've already told you there's nothing to understand. But
Yeah.
then that's an understanding as well.
So what is the best to do?
There isn't
What
the
do you
best.
recommend?
There isn't the best to do. There's nothing that can be done, and there's no one that can do it. Already, this is all there is. This is the nothing apparently happening. That there that's talking to this and asking what it can be done is what's apparently happening. But you're not doing it, it's what's apparently happening. It has no meaning or purpose of any kind.
No. But let's take this moment.
There is no moment.
But you have made plans to speak today, didn't
No,
you?
I haven't made plans to speak today, but plans for speaking today have apparently happened.
It happened.
I don't do
Okay.
anything. There isn't anybody to do anything.
I try to experience what you say. Maybe that's the best. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, we have Sahara.
Oh, good.
Do you like to unmute yourself, Sahara?
Yeah, working on it.
I'd like to see Sahara because I spoke to her on
Yeah,
the phone.
I've made her. I've given her.
Hang on, I'm trying to get the video. Okay, there we are. Hi, Tony.
Hi,
Hang on, we
Sahara.
still can't see you at the moment. Where are you? Where have you gone?
The camera's on, the video.
Right, there we are.
Oh, there we are.
Here we
Hello.
are. Okay.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hiya.
So you said something earlier that triggered a question here about DNA programming preferences. And
I mentioned DNA. I don't know about
yes.
in the DNA preferences arise.
Okay, so that makes me wonder, because the impression that I've received is that that everything we see is an appearance.
Yeah.
That even people are an appearance,
Yeah.
and not a reality, then
there is no real. There is nothing that's real, including preferences.
Where does DNA come in?
It just arises. It's a part of the appearance. DNA is one that's arising at DNA. It's an apparent story. The whole story is only an apparent story. It's not real. And in that story, DNA arises and has an influence on the apparent child that's born.
Okay, okay.
but none of it
Okay.
really.
Absolutely clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you, and thank you.
And you. Lots of love, Tony.
And you.
Okay, now we have Hans van Buren. I hope that's correct.
Hello, Hans.
Need to unmute yourself, Hans.
Hello,
Hello.
great to see you, Tony.
And you?
I have just one question. If I skip the I am from awareness
Right.
and just be awareness,
No, awareness can only be if there's a sense of individuality, a sense of self.
but
For
I
when it's
am
only
aware. I am aware. If I'm aware at this moment from you, but if I forget I am and don't couple it to the personality, then I'm just experiencing awareness.
Oh, well, if you believe that, that's fine.
Sorry, that's my question to you.
Oh, no, the question is, there is no awareness except in the dualistic world. And the awareness is married to the sense of individuality. I am
That's
a
how.
real person and I'm aware of sitting on a seat.
But if I forget I am and
Oh,
just be awareness.
I don't know how you can do that. If you let's go jump further. If there is no I, if the illusion of the I separately is no more, then awareness is also no more. Because awareness can only function within dualism. Awareness is that which works in two. It has to have dualism for it to be aware.
Yeah, I find it difficult to believe because
Okay.
at this moment, if I look at you and I talk to me, I'm aware of you, and there's
You
no
might
me.
be aware of me. I'm not aware of you because there's no one here and there's no awareness. All this is what.
But if we
happening.
get I am, there's just awareness.
If you believe that, give it a go. I'm not. It doesn't.
I'm trying to find out. But,
That's based on the implication that you have a choice.
or just awareness. It's no
No,
choice.
hold on.
It's
You
there.
just said you're going to get rid of the I.
No.
Who's going to choose to do that?
If I wake up in the morning, if I sleep, I'm aware of my dreams. If there's nothing, I'm aware of nothingness. If somebody calls at my door, I'm aware of somebody else. And at that moment, I disappear because I am aware of something else. So Hans is not there. I am aware of something else. So there's always something like awareness. But
for you, there is. That's what you believe. Yes. That's your experience.
Oops. I try to figure it out.
I wouldn't bother.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Silky Wensky, would you like to unmute yourself? Is that
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony. I wanted
Hello.
to, hello. Hi. I want to, what's coming up in me right now is a sentence about contraction, that I keep contracting in my day-to-day life. So things are happening and different things I have resistance to, and then my energy starts to contract and I feel separated through this contraction.
Well,
I
the
feel,
individual is always separate, of course. Yeah.
yeah.
But the contraction is a sense of being an individual in here and the world being out there, and so there's a sense of being of being in something that's happening to you that makes you feel separate, and contraction arises out of that, or can arise before that even happens. It's
Yeah,
just
because
boundless energy in the form of contraction.
yeah,
There's nothing
boundless
more.
energy in the form of contraction. But then I have the experience, especially when I start contracting, that in a way I feel more separated than before, because like things are happening that I have a judgment about, that I don't like, for example. So
That's what's happening. All
That's
there
what's
is what's
happening.
happening.
so that includes everything,
Of
all the
course.
resistances, everything that
Yeah,
includes.
totally. Yeah.
So
That
in a
is-
way, there
That
is.
is oneness being everything.
So,
That's all
and
there is.
it's an illusion that I think I have any will over anything.
Totally. Well, you don't have there isn't even an I. There is no one. But what you're reporting to me is what seems to be happening to an individual. That's your experience. Your experience is of a contracted state. It comes and goes.
Yeah, right. I believe in myself in a way.
You believe in your.
Yeah, in myself, that I am a person.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
Yeah,
There's nothing
right.
nothing right or wrong with that. That's just what's arising. All that nothing can reveal or illuminate is that there is only no thing apparently happening, which is to the seeker only a mystery. Once the sense of individuality is no more and there is only what's happening, there's no mystery, because it's absolutely obvious that everything is at one.
So the whole game of seeking is part of it until.
Yeah, seeking is oneness arising in the form of seeking. Seeking is arising, or is oneness arising as form of seeking oneness.
Okay, and so oneness is also contracting.
Because there's a
in-
feeling in separation.
or
you're
having a
missing.
fight with someone, or
Yeah,
having my day-to-day life. That's all kind, like you say, that's part of
it's a
existence.
feeling of loss. It's a feeling
Yeah.
of lack or loss. That's why you feel contracted.
Yeah.
Join the queue.
I already did it. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Come
too.
back if you want. I have a feeling there's unfinished business to talk about, but so come back if you want to.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I will.
Okay, we've got Shellin now. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hi, Tony.
Hi. Hiya.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say hi and
That's
blow you
good. That's
kisses.
lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Lovely
yeah,
to
yeah.
see you.
You too.
I like your hat.
Oh, thanks. It's
like
actually a
your
hairband.
All right. Oh, good.
Bye.
Bye.
Barbara Gabriel. Would you like to unmute yourself?
Hi,
Hello,
Tony.
Barbara.
Well done.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay, good. Sorry. I do have that there is that sense hovering here that whatever the individual tries to do is trying to escape from that death somehow.
You're kidding me.
Say
Say
it
that
again.
slightly slower.
You say it again. There is that sense like whatever the individual tries to do is kind of escaping all that is.
She said there's a sense that whatever the individual tries to do is a type of escaping.
Yes, absolutely. Totally.
For all of it.
Yeah. For the individual, all the individual is doing is looking for oneness and avoiding it. And so it avoids it by seeking it. The most effective way to avoid awakening is to seek it. And somewhere without even knowing it, the seeker knows that. And so it goes on and on seeking. It's a hobby. Well, no, it's more than a hobby. It's an obsession. But it protects the individual from dying. The individual knows it can survive by continuing to seek.
And that's just what's happening as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's happening. There's nothing that can be done about it. That's what seems to be happening.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Now we've got someone called Mary who's been trying to ask a question but can't raise her hand. So Mary, have we got you now? If you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hi,
I need to find out where you are. I'm afraid that I can try and get your video up.
yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We're just trying to find you.
Yes.
Hang on a sec. I just want to try and find you on the list of Marys.
Okay.
Are you down as Mary?
Yeah, yeah. I've glasses.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm trying to find Mary on the list. Okay.
I don't mind not seeing her. She
Okay.
can just
All right,
talk.
then I'll see if I can find you, but you carry on, Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Tony.
Hiya.
Hi,
Hi,
Claire.
Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Tony, can you speak to the unknowing? I feel like there's stuckness in here in terms of the unknowing. Is the unknowing the boundless freedom?
Yes.
So in what's the isness of what's happening, that is the unknowing.
There is only the unknowing. You're looking at it, speaking it, hearing it. There is only the unknowing, the beloved.
Okay.
We can
And
see you
in the
now, Mary.
desire to, for instance, to even, this is where the stuckness is, in the desire to even know what's happening in the world. Like a lot of me just doesn't care anymore, not interested, but knowing that it's what's happening and it's real and it's unreal. But there's still this kind of desire to know what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
In the
That's okay.
story of the world. And is that's still the unknowing?
Well, it's an apparent individual arising with the desire to know what's happening in the world, which it may or may not be satisfied with once it's found out.
Right.
But it's still a story. So essentially in dualism, there's only an apparent story of the individual trying to know the world it lives in. There's nothing right or wrong with that. That's what's happening.
Okay. So the other thing that I want to ask is, in this boundless freedom, is it like the innocence? It's reminded of the innocence. It's like the childlike innocence.
Yeah. It's childlike innocence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
when you were talking before about unknowing being all there is,
yeah,
then you talked about the person wanting to know the world. Well, all there is also the person wanting to know the world. So there isn't a difference.
right.
There isn't an unknowing and then a person wanting to know the world, because the no thing is the everything, and in the everything there can be a person that arises, an individual that arises that wants to know the world. That's what's happening, apparently, but it's not real, because there is no real world to know.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It's
phenomenal.
Stunning, isn't it?
There's nothing to know. So there's
No.
absolutely nothing to know. Nothing.
No.
Oh my God. There's nothing to know.
No.
There's nothing to know.
Mm.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's awesome, Tony.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Jason, would you like to unmute yourself and then?
Hi, Tony.
Hello.
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 I don't know if you can see me yet, but here I am.
Yeah, I can. I think I know you. Have I spoken to you before?
Yes. Yeah, I've been to several of your Zoom meetings now. the soul here, just to let you know, the meing and being kind of continues. There's those moments of just empty appearance, whatever, and then the self comes back, things solidify again. But when this me is here, there's all this grieving happening. It's like there's a lot of sadness, and it doesn't really have a story attached to it. You know, I don't know if it's because I'm still alive or because I'm going to die or whatever. And there's such a conflict of, you know, wanting that freedom, but wanting to still be here for it.
Yeah,
you know?
Everybody wants to become enlightened as long as they're there when it happens, which is ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say hello and,
no, it's lovely.
You know, get some energy going from speaking. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got Ryan again. Ryan, would you like to? Here we go. There we are.
Ryan.
Hello again. What do you acknowledge the nervous system as a part?
Well, I acknowledge that it apparently exists. It's an appearance of nothing.
So in my experience, like I feel it now, whatever this thing is, this message, it's like you said, it's energetic. I can feel it. So I feel like you just see more clearly when the nervous system is in a state of balance. Would you agree with that?
No, because you don't see clearly. The individual doesn't see clearly. The individual sees separation. Well, then there is no one. There is nothing. There is no one that sees. There is just seeing that happens, and then that's clear because there's nothing in the way of it. And I don't know what that noise is.
Is it possible for everyone to check that apart from Ryan and Tony and me, everybody is muted, please? There's a lot of interference coming through. Thank you. Okay, Tony. Should be.
So the nervous system is just a physical apparatus in the body.
Because I feel like here for me, this body, just there's a physical transformation that's happening.
Okay.
Where like I still would need glasses to an extent, but my vision, like my physical vision, is actually improving, like becoming more clear. And as that happens, this message of everything is just happening and there's no one doing anything, and exactly what you say becomes not understood but felt.
Okay.
As yes, that feels true.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I'm with you. Yeah.
So
it's not a belief; it's a feeling. It's energetic.
I'm so sorry, Ryan. Could you take if you could use your microphone rather than the headphones? Apparently, is that's causing the problem.
Sure, is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony.
No, that's fine. Well done.
Yeah, there's and I agree. It's an apparent, because I've had glimpses. In the glimpse, then you realize, okay, this was always like this, and it's like, right? It's a joke. It's a big.
It is a joke. It's the joke.
Big joke. It's the joke, but then not that it comes back, but your perception shifts, and then all of a sudden you forget that, and then you're back in it. You're back in the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
But in the game, the game of dualism, there's an apparent unwinding of like stuff, which is what the guy previously was discussing. I believe there's There's an unwinding of all the stuff of the individual, like unfelt emotions and things like that. And then, but it is just a game, but it has to, in my opinion, it has to be acknowledged. So for example, this message from me 2 years ago would not have been very helpful.
No. Well, it's not helpful now. It doesn't help anybody.
It is, it's helpful. It's
Oh.
helping. I can feel stuff
Okay.
unwinding as we say, energetically. So it's helping the nerve. It's helping. Something's happening.
Yeah, that's all right.
So.
But there isn't any intention to help you because there's no you to help.
Right, and there's no intention from me to do an unwinding. It is just happening, and it's good. It feels good. But yeah, everything is just happening, and it's good. I actually had a phone call with you during the week.
Oh yeah.
It was 30 seconds. I was working and we stopped at the garage to get some food, and I just called you, and I just said, it was again, this just happened. Obviously, I just picked up the phone, I called you, you answered. I wasn't actually expecting you to answer, but you answered, and I just said, this is all just happening by itself, right? And then you said, yes, it's all just no thing apparently happening, and then I said, okay, thanks, and then that was it.
Good.
Phone call over. And then just the day continued.
Yeah.
So it's just cool. Like it's cool. It's beyond the mind.
It's
Like,
stunning. It's just stunning. It's
right.
bloody amazing, but it's simple and natural. It's totally simple, totally natural, and doesn't need any words at all. All those explanations about this are simply explanations attempting to talk about something you can't explain or understand.
Yeah, I used to, like a couple of years ago or even like a year ago, I had this desire to share stuff about my journey and stuff like that. But as time has gone on, the desire to share, like even help people to an extent, has diminished.
Okay.
Even though it happened,
That's what's happening. Yeah.
You actually are able to, when you don't need to help anyone, you're able to help
Yeah.
much better because you're not invested. It's like I've heard someone else describe it as like it's like there's a coldness to it in a way.
It's impersonal, but I don't see it as cold. I think it's unconditional love expressing itself.
Yeah, okay, maybe coldness is not the right word, but yeah, impersonal.
Not cold.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, brilliant. Thanks
Lovely,
very
thank
much.
you. Lovely conversation. Thank you.
There's somebody called Nikki Peters who can't raise their hand. So I'm just going to ask you to unmute yourself, Nikki, and I'm going to see, I don't know whether I can, it's not giving me the option for some reason for you to give you a video. Have you got a video? Okay.
Oh, hey there.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Tony, nice to see you. Earlier when you were speaking, kind of what clicked for me was that what I heard you say was that the entire form that we're living in is a dream, like everything.
It's an appearance.
Yeah, dream is just the how it clicked for me, but that's quite
okay. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that? Would you say that's
absolutely?
Okay.
It's not real and it's not happening. It's only apparently happening. It's a dream.
Like a dream would, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. That was great.
Okay.
Okay. Rima. There we are again.
Hi,
Hi,
Tony.
Rima.
I'm here again.
Okay, that's
for
okay.
For round
Well,
two.
you're not really here again because there is no one.
I'll still ask that question. The apparent individual, does it itself stops running around itself in circles?
Does it? Sorry, I didn't.
The apparent individual self, the non-existent or the illusory self, does it itself kind of stops running around in circles around itself and drops?
Well, it is no more. It's only an appearance, and then suddenly it isn't there anymore. It's apparently there, and then it isn't. There's no sense of individuality here that you're talking to.
Yes.
There was once a sense of being an individual called Tony Parsons.
How did it happen for you? Were you
I don't know, it
ever
just happened. But it only apparently happened. When it happened, when the sense of there being an individual was no more, it was realized it never was there, so it didn't happen. It never happens. Nothing happens because there is only nothing happening.
Got it. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sundar, would you like to unmute yourself again?
Hiya.
Hi, Tony. Me again. Can you see me? Yeah. Tony, when the meing and being is happening, yeah, when the me is there, the contraction is felt. Yeah. What do you say if there is a pressure, in the head, like the contraction? There is extreme pressure in the head.
Pleasure.
Pressure, like
pressure.
something is.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if you have experienced something like this, where when the
No,
me.
that's your experience. You're describing your experience.
Yeah, but the contraction in the body. But there is no physical reason for me to experience this pressure in the body. There is just a pressure in my head.
Well, no, but that's what's happening. You're describing what's happening. I don't quite know where you're trying to get to with that. It's just what's happening. Don't make a thing of it.
Yeah, but this discomfort in the body, I cannot find any relief from this.
No, well, that's what's happening. Getting no relief from that pressure.
And how do you differentiate? Like, okay, there is nothing real, you said, in the dualistic world, nothing is real.
There isn't anything real at all. It doesn't matter whether it's dualistic or not. There is nothing that is real. Everything is an appearance.
How do you differentiate between fake and genuine?
Between, oh no,
in the dualistic world.
not, there isn't, in the ordinary world, there's nothing that's real. Sorry, there's nothing that's real. Everything is an appearance. Fake and not fake is more to do with personality or an individual with some sort of intention, which I can sometimes intuitively know is fake.
Okay.
That's all.
And one more question. What is, according to you, what is the difference between dream and appearance?
None.
None. But when the lady before, she was asking about, she was saying dream, and then you corrected, no, it's an appearance.
No, I'm just not so keen on the word dream, but it's all right. It is a dream. You can call it a dream. I like appearance. Dream
Everything is an appearance. In this appearance, this the me arising, is everything happening to me. So this is what you call as dream. The dream of being an individual in appearance.
All right.
Does it make sense?
You can call it dream if you want to. I don't mind.
And when this dream collapses, of the individual collapses, and you said there is no contraction, but the contraction dissipated, like there's nothing here.
And it never was there. It was only an appearance.
Never was. Yeah.
Just like the pressure in your body isn't real, it's just an appearance.
Hmm.
But by you trying to do something about it, you make it real. It's like enlightenment or awakening. The seeker tries to make awakening or enlightenment, although there is no such thing, real. There is nothing that's real. But while trying to make it real, the seeker turns it into an object that it wants. That's why all seeking is totally futile, because it's all seeking objectifies that which is longed for, but that which is already all there is.
The seeking energy is not here, Tony. You know, since our meeting, since I heard your person, the seeking energy is gone. There is nothing to seek here. But there is.
I'm sorry, that's fake. I've just recognized something fake. There is
seeking
seeking
energy.
there. There is seeking energy there.
Yes, there is a seeking of relief.
I sense that there's
relief.
seeking. So, oh, right, okay.
There is a seeking of relief, like what I said. You know, there is a compression or the contraction.
Well, that's the same thing. But there's a seeking of relief from the pressure.
Yeah.
There's seeking. Seeking isn't only to do with finding God. Seeking could be seeking money or seeking a lover or seeking whatever. It's all about bringing to the me an experience that it wants. It's called seeking.
So what you're saying is, if there is no seeking energy, there won't be any effort to seek relief. That it's what is happening. Even
when there is no one, then pressure in the body is just something that's happening. But there might be something that's done about that pressure. You know, if there is no one and a headache arises in the body, it's possible that the body will go and take an aspirin. Cool. But there isn't anybody doing that.
So what you're saying, what I heard is, it's the same seeking energy taking different forms, seeking relief or seeking enlightenment.
In the
just
end, it's all
different.
seeking freedom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ryan.
Hi, I don't so much have a question, but Sunyar was mentioning pressure in the head. So for me, in this unwinding thing, that I've also experienced this pressure in the head, and if it's the same as me, it's for me it's here behind the ears.
Okay.
Behind the ears, and what helps is having a wide vision, panoramic vision, where you're seeing your periphery outside, looking at the horizon, and it might get more intense before there's relief. But if you're during this process, for me, there's lots of energy moving through the body, and if you're outside in a natural environment, it's something happens within the organism that it just all balances out. So if you're experiencing that pressure in your head, just go outside, look at the horizon and look at your periphery and try to see like the biggest picture you can, and that should release the pressure in your head.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
And Jake. You'd like to unmute yourself, Jake.
Hi, Tony.
Hiya, fella.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
And you.
It's so amazing to talk to you in real time. I've been listening to your videos a lot recently, so this is kind of surreal.
Okay. Well, it isn't really. It's very ordinary and simple.
That is true. So I have a couple of questions. So I've been experiencing a lot of thoughts recently that are particularly intense. I think they've kind of been in the unconscious for a very long time, but have just started coming up. And so it's thoughts like, I am no good.
Sweet. How sweet. You've lived with I am no good since you, at the age of 2, you lost paradise. Everybody loses paradise, loses home, and they grow up thinking they're not good enough. Nearly everybody in the world thinks they're not good enough. Or, but you're not good enough. You never will be. You don't have to be, because all there is what is. It's not a question of you being good or bad. There's no you to be good or bad. All there is what's happening. Way.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank
I
you.
can feel. I can
What
feel
about the
this.
other question? You had another question.
Yeah, I mean, actually, just to kind of follow up what you were talking to, you know, those thoughts, like it's kind of being followed up with, I'm gonna die, and my question is, you know, that's just what's apparently happening, right? There's
Well, at the
no,
moment, that's
there's
a
no,
belief system. There isn't anybody to die. But all the
Yeah.
time you are a me, the me believes it is going to die. It believes it is alive. I am alive, and one day that will end, which I call death. All of that is a complete illusion.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, okay, so my other question was, in the phrase, all there is nothing apparently happening. What is the significance of the word apparently?
Nothing. No, it's not significant, except that it points to the sense that everything that's happening is like a dream. It's not real. The word apparently is a way of emphasizing that nothing is real.
Oh, okay. But one could also say that all there is nothing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Hey,
Good.
thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got Carol now.
Hi.
Hi, Carol.
I have a question about the seeker. I know we spoke about the seeker before. Does the seeker develop out of the me? And do some people
The me is a seeker. The me and the seeker are one.
do some people go throughout their whole life never having developed a seeker or realizing that there is a
No. Yes, I think it's possible. I've never met anybody, but I think it's possible.
Okay, then this is about the seeker still. If the seeker has vanished and as the seeking has stopped, who chose to stop seeking?
No.
Was there a choice?
No, of course not. This is energy. This is no thing arising in the form of a seeker or not in the form of a seeker. If it arises in the form of a seeker, then in that individual there's a sense of seeking that can suddenly simply evaporate and not be there anymore. But nobody does that. It's what's apparently happening.
Yeah, it seems like that a person or a seeker would have to realize that they're a seeker first before the seeker.
No, not at all. There's nothing that can realize that. It may recognize that there's seeking going on inside it, but all it's recognizing is what's apparently happening. All there is what's apparently happening. There isn't anybody doing anything.
Does the recognition have to happen before?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Now we've got Chandra Kunt Butt.
Hiya.
Unmute. Hi, Tony. This is Chandra. How are you?
Oh. Okay, how are you?
Yeah,
still
good.
Still good looking, I see.
Yeah, thank you. And so are you. And I had no questions, just tuned in to say hello to you and Claire.
You're wasting my time then. Here am I, an enlightened guru, and you're phoning up and telling me you've got no questions. How dare you?
Where's Claire? I want to say hello to Claire as well.
Yeah, she's fine.
Oh, hi, Claire.
Hi, Chandra. Hi.
Lovely to see you.
Yep, good to see you.
Yeah.
Love you and leave you.
Yeah, okay,
Thank
sweetie.
you. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
And we've got Arthur.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello,
Yes,
Arthur.
hello. Thank you. I just wanted to share something that happened a few years ago, where I was in the kind of winter depression like many people have, and it was a moment where actually by trying to express it before in my head, I realized it's not that, because I thought it was like I wanted to kill myself. And now I realize that it's not really this, but it was the feeling of losing the control about it. What made me afraid was that I felt that this could happen. I mean, that maybe I would put an end to the life of this body or this person. And I heard, I didn't hear it. It was not really dramatic, but I got somehow the message like, you're already dead.
Ah, good. I like it.
And I mean, I heard it on whatever, but the result was that I was seeing this body like I was seeing another body, and I'm not someone who would hurt a body. So like suddenly the question, why would I hurt this body, do anything to this body that is already not mine? You know?
Yeah. And absolutely not. Yeah, great.
And actually, I was at that time reading things about reincarnation, and I thought this message was, no need to kill yourself, because wherever you're going, you will go with your burden and your problems or something. And then later, someone made me discover your talks and your books and Jim Newman and other people who speak about nothing. And then I kind of, the message came back, and I thought, I mean, it resonates much more like this, and it's so funny because it doesn't solve any problem.
No, which is wonderful. Because there aren't any problems.
yes, and it's I don't know. It doesn't add anything or
No, that's okay. It's
remove
lovely.
anything.
Thank you very much. It's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just wanted to thank you a lot for.
No, thank you. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Lovely. Right.
And Danielle, I think we've got Danielle here.
Hi, Tony.
Hello, Danielle.
Hi.
Hiya.
Just wondering, in this non-duality world, is there no room for ambition?
Is there no
room for ambition?
Yeah, well, there would be, but it wouldn't be anybody's ambition. It would be something that came up in the body mind about doing something. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what's happening. But there wouldn't be anybody that would do it. It would just be done, apparently.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Good.
Okay, anybody else? We've got some time. Anybody else wants to ask a question? Just going to check the chat room.
How many people have we got?
Got 277. Aha, dear Parna. You want to ask your question, dear Parna?
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Hello, Tony. Hello, Claire. How are you?
Hello.
Right. Just wanted to know, when are you starting your in-person meetings?
Oh, in end of July.
End of July. Great. Yes.
In London.
So, in London, yeah.
I think it'll be on the website soon.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Oh, it's on the website.
It's on the website. Oh, great. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you there.
Look forward to seeing you too.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
And Layla Tutucini or something, I think. Well, I got my name wrong.
Tutunchi.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know what to say. I keep laughing.
Don't say anything.
No. Just, my gosh, it's just the voice is coming out. I don't know where it's coming from right now. But I've been just so excited. I don't know. been watching your videos for 2 months, and that's it. It's just what's happening in life, and it's, I don't know, me comes and goes sometimes, and it's fun sometimes, and it's not sometimes, and I don't know. Thank you.
It's just life happening.
Yes, finally.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, and we have David. I'd like to unmute yourself, David.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Tony. It's a great honor for me to talk to you, to see you, and to listen to your voice. I just wanted to, like, although I resonate totally with your teaching, I wanted to see if there is any value in the process, the human life or the unfolding. Let's say it took me 60 years to come to see your teaching and resonate totally. But through all that years of reading and listening and many practices, there is a time that was there. Isn't not value all that until I realized that all that is unnecessary.
Oh, totally. First of all, this is not a teaching. I'm not communicating this to somebody in order they can learn something. It's not a teaching. It's only an illumination. And there is absolutely no process because there is no one. All there is nothing or nothing apparently happening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Emilia.
Thank you.
And we've got Michael Kramer.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Tony.
Hi,
hello. I just was wondering, you surely heard about U.G. Krishnamurti.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was always saying that the waking of him was something physically in the body. So was it something similar on your side?
No, not for me.
No,
There
not
was
at all.
Tony Parsons.
Yeah.
There was just Tony Parsons walking around, and then suddenly there wasn't. There was only walking
I see.
around.
Oh yeah, thanks then. Bye. Have a good time.
People are...
Okay. We've got Rima again.
Rima. Hi, Rima.
Hi
Hello.
again. So Tony, given there's nobody and nothing, do we need all these names and
There's
identity?
no need. No, there's no need for anything. There is
Because
only
seems
what's
like-
happening.
So it seems like we're constructing everything in the world, name, all that, and then
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to deconstruct.
Well, the individual grows up and tries to build around a world around itself, which it can control. And one of the ways it does that is to name people so that it can identify them. Because in the world of individuality, there's such a thing as a relationship. Whereas when there is no longer anyone and nothing, there is no relationship. So there's no need to name anybody or name anything in that way.
You should not say that to Claire.
She agrees. Well, I think she feels the same thing.
Any plans, Tony, to come to California?
I don't know. I think I'm a bit, the body is a bit too old.
I don't think so.
Oh.
You are a young man.
Well, yeah. I'm very young. I'm about 17, but my body's a bit older.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
And Kim.
Kim. Hello, Kim.
Hi there, Tony. Wonderful to see
Kim.
you again.
Hi, Kim.
I've been following you for about 20 years. And so a lot of the questions that pop up into my head, I can hear your answer.
Yeah.
So it's like there aren't any more questions, but sometimes there's always wondering about things like, I know that this is nothing, this is an appearance, I can't do anything, there's nobody doing anything. And with the knowledge that I have, you know, I know that it's hopeless and all of that, but when I kind of sense the knowing, kind of, I don't know how to describe it, I wonder, then my mind will say, but you know, you can't do anything, and it's like it's stopping it. Does that?
Well, what you have is a lot of knowledge. Mm-hmm. It sounds to me, feels to me as though you understand a lot, but understanding is not what this is about. Essentially, it's energetic. But I also sense that there's something else going on there that is absolutely beyond understanding. And you know, trying to work it out is you being involved in a search to work something out. You don't need to do that. It's nearly all over.
Right. I understand I can't work it out. And I've had glimpses. That's why I can follow you readily, because of those glimpses, it's like the intuition in me is understanding it in that way. But then I think, like, when I want to let go and not whatever.
You can't.
I know. That's just it. It's like, I know that it's like my mind jumps in and says, you're blocking anything from happening because you're, you know, that kind of thing. Is that, do you think there's that going on? Can that go on?
Well, that's what goes on, because there's still a sense of someone in there that's blocking something.
Right.
Which we've already discussed. In a way, what seems to be blocking a natural energy of boundlessness is some sort of knowledge about it. But I can't tell you to stop knowing.
Right. And I can't do anything.
The only thing I can say is there's something else that's going on. And also there's something else that's going on when you're watching me on YouTube, or anybody that's speaking from nothing, although there are very few of those people. But what's happening is energetic and not to do with the words they're using or I'm using. Don't listen, don't worry about listening to the words.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just feel, just feel. Well,
I've had a lot of people in my life, sensitive, like psychic type people, tell me I'm too much in my head.
Yeah, that's all right. That's not right or wrong, but it's interesting to illuminate it. Because in illuminating, it's possible that the energy of that energy, head energy, can suddenly soften and give up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. My love to you and Claire.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sean, would you like to unmute yourself?
Hello, Tony. You hear me?
We can hear you.
Hi, calling from Fairbanks. I'm just telling you that Alaska, because your message has gotten all the way up here, and I've kind of turned on a couple of friends to your message as well. So I've been seeking pretty hard for like the last 5 years. Trying a lot of different things. One of the people I listened to was Krishnamurti, and when I first started reading Krishnamurti, it scared me.
Yeah,
it scared me very much so. But last week, I was just looking at different teachers at Buddha the Gas Pump, and I decided to listen to you. And the resonance was so intense. I was crying, man. I mean, it felt good though, you know, and I know that I'm speaking from the me because this is all I know.
That's all right. That's okay.
One thing that I guess one thing that started the seeking was wanting to know reality. And I realized, and I wanted to just bounce this off of you, that there is no such thing as reality. Reality is only what is perceived by this organism.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's an appearance.
So that's kind of a big, you know, at first there's these little quote unquote understandings, and at first they're frightening, but after they sink in, they're beautiful to the to something. I don't know what is feeling this beauty, but anyways, I just want to thank you for what you're
thank
doing.
you.
It's important
Lovely
in
to
some way.
talk. Good. Thank you very much for talking.
Thank you.
And Sahara.
Okay, hi, Tony.
Hi, yeah.
So actually, I was feeling this, what you said, that exposing this to the energy being expressed through you and a few others has an effect on the energetic of this. And it's happening as well because the mental everything is clearing out. And the emotional stuff is clearing out, and it's lovely.
Oh,
it's lovely. It's so lovely. And
good.
Thank you for making that available to us.
Thank you for nothing.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for nothing, and
That's
thank
it.
you for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And Sundar, do you want to come back in again?
Yes. Hi, Tony.
Hiya.
Just following up on what I spoke earlier, you know, there was a seeking energy which was going towards enlightenment, liberation, all these things. But after I heard the open secret message, that went off. I mean, the seeking for something went off, but the energy of seeking still remained, like you said earlier. But after even Ryan said, what I'm understanding is maybe because this seeking energy, it's not being allowed to express, it is creating a pressure in the body. Yeah, I just wanted to hear what you would like to say about
But
this.
who's going to allow it? Who's going to? There isn't anyone. There's no choice. What's happening is pressure in the body. That's what's happening. There isn't anybody that can do anything about it. Just see that that's what's happening.
But then the sense,
there aren't any enemies, you know. There aren't any enemies. It's not the enemy coming to pressurize your body. It's the beloved in that form.
Yeah. But the sense of seeking is also beloved, right?
Of course, there isn't anything that isn't the beloved. It's all pure love. It's just love.
Intense love, huh? Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
There's nobody else asking questions, Tony.
Okay, well, that's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk again sometime. And thank you, Sue, for doing this.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Tony, wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Tony.
Tony.